HTC took to heart all the criticism that its last few flagships endured, mainly for their camera performance, and came back with the 10 here. This time it covers all bases. It is still housed in the premium metal chassis we know and like, but the camera has been given a special emphasis and the software a thoughtful overhaul. That is why we're pitting it now against the Apple iPhone 6s, which also sports a solid metal housing and stellar camera, but is more compact thanks to the smaller screen size. Which one should you grab? Let's dive in. While metal may be becoming the new plastic, as even mid-range phones from some makers come in aluminum or magnesium alloys these days, HTC and Apple have been making metal phones before it was the norm. Granted, even the new chamfered edges of the aluminum rear on the HTC 10 can't help it become more elegant compared to the airy chassis of the iPhone 6s, simply because it is quite a bit larger and thicker. Both phones sport touch fingerprint scanners embedded in the home key and underneath the displays, which are a breeze to operate. The lock buttons and volume rockers on the phone sides are a more standard fare, easy to feel impressed with responsive tactile feedback. HTC even added a toothed imprint on the power key for easier find when you search to press it without looking, which is a nice touch from a practical standpoint. Both the HTC 10 and the iPhone 6s come with the latest generation LCD displays, which however differ both in size and resolution. HTC offers a 5.2-inch Quad HD panel while the iPhone 6s counts on a 4.7-inch one. Still, pixel density is not an issue with both, as the iPhone has a smaller diagonal and letters as well as icon edges look smooth and crisp on both from a normal viewing distance. When it comes to screen quality, the iPhone 6s has an almost spot-on color temperature and saturation, reference to the standard gamut of course, while HTC 10 leans a bit toward the cold side of the spectrum with a tad of natural hues. Not quite a deal breaker, but still. The iPhone's brightness screen reflection combo also makes it the preferable choice for outdoor viewing. The newest Sense 8 interface on the HTC 10 is wrapped around Android Marshmallow, but doesn't change it all that much in terms of looks and functionality, as HTC has taken a more minimalistic approach than what your usual Android overlay commands. Besides flat and colorful material design styling, HTC cleaned up the annoying duplicate essential apps that most other manufacturers still have in their overlays. You don't get two galleries to say the least. Another interesting new take is the freestyle layout that allows you to customize the home screen theme by assigning app shortcuts to different stickers, as well as hide app labels altogether and create a sleek theme with shortcuts hidden in plain sight. Apple too tends to strive for sense and simplicity when designing its products, and that implies that the iOS user experience is very minimalistic as well. Besides, it serves as a gateway to a vast library of games and applications, pretty quality driven too. The 3D touch functionality on the screen enables a fresh new aspect of app interaction. HTC is going with a 12-megapixel sensor with larger than usual pixels and wider lens. The iPhone 6s also has a 12-megapixel camera on the back and no optical image stabilization. The clean, unobtrusive interface also resembles what HTC tried to achieve, but there is no manual mode. The staples like HDR shots or panorama are all here in the iPhone 6s though. When it comes to quality, the iPhone tends to deliver warmer than reality, though eye-pleasing colors with higher contrast. The iPhone often exposes the photos a tad better too, with a more balanced and defined approach, plus it generates much less noise in the frame. As far as details go, both phones capture plenty. In low-light scenarios, the HTC 10 oversharpens the photos, introducing copious amounts of noise and blows up brighter sources like lamps or headlights a bit too much. The iPhone goes for a softer, a tad less defined but cleaner looking image with mostly accurate color presentation at dusk or night shots. In terms of video, both phones can record 4K footage and slow motion one, and the handsets manage to capture excellent clips in almost all situations, with a bit too warm colors from the HTC phone and a tad darker exposure than needed. The HTC 10 also loses focus for a brief second sometimes and skips a frame or two while panning around. It does record better audio though, by default it records stereo, and you can even do high-res sound recording in lossless audio format. The HTC 10 ended up being a very well-made phone with barely a perceivable weakness that would preclude you from getting it. It has a clean and quick interface, quite improved camera, and a dedicated strength in the audio department. Against the iPhone 6s it stands up literally taller and much thicker though, Plus, the camera abilities leave a bit to be desired in comparison. Still, the HTC 10 doesn't lag that much behind the iPhone 6s, so if you'd like to be part of the Android camp, the 10 is one perfectly fine choice. This was a video comparison between the HTC 10 and the iPhone 6s. For more information about these handsets, you can visit us at PhoneArena.com. Thanks for watching.